Hello everyone, my name is Kaseem. Welcome to the channel. In today's video, we are going to go over the dividend portfolio here. We're going to go over the earnings. We're going to go over some of the activities that's going on in the portfolio. We are going to talk about so many things. Keeping an eye on the Delta variant here. We are going to talk about that. And we are going to touch up on Vici. So first thing first here. Here is my dividend and growth investing portfolio, okay? This is where I primarily put most of my income, all right? And the goal of this income, the goal of this portfolio is to create another source of income, create another, build another way of investing. So that way, over time, this right here, if I click on 1 month, over time, this will be generating the bulk of my income over time, because that's how the greats have been able to do it. Warren Buffett and all these other people, they've been able to get most of their wealth through investing. So we are going to talk about some of that in today's video. So first thing first, let's go over, let's just do a quick rundown of the portfolio. Last week, Friday, August 7th, we went down on the portfolio, but gained a $3 gain in dividend. For the past week, the portfolio has been up almost $1,000, $6 gain in dividend here. If we look at the month, $860 and a $21 gain in dividend. In the past 3 months, we have had $148 in passive income. Like you guys see right here, this is pure passive income. This is dividend that got paid to me, and I reinvest that back into buying more stocks across my portfolio. And if you look at just the year here, this is August 10th to August 8th. So just over a year, we've been able to gain $600 in the portfolio, $11,000 in gains, and over the lifetime of the portfolio here, we have gained $670 and almost $12,000 in gain here. So the trajectory of this portfolio is doing well, because even if you look at year to date, it's not doing too bad. 37%, $11,000 gain. So it's not looking too bad. The trajectory of the portfolio is going very well. So if you take a look here, upcoming trade for next week, what we have is I have Vici. All right, I've been able to buy a little bit more Vici, selling out of MGM growth property, and that's because Vici have had some good news, and they were able to purchase MGM growth properties for about 17 billion. And if you guys don't know MGM growth properties, like the company basically owns a massive real estate on Las Vegas Strip, all over the US, China. They own a lot of resorts everywhere. So they have a ton of properties that they own all over the place. So Vici is basically buying them out. And this is one of the companies that I have in my portfolio here, is in my real estate sector. And I haven't been adding much, so I'm going to be adding a lot more. And as you guys see here, I'm getting out of MGM growth properties, and I'm putting that money into Vici. I'll be adding more over time. So let's talk a little bit about Vici here. The stock has been doing quite well. They went public in 2017. They went up steadily, and then the coronavirus happened. It came down, and it's rebounded pretty nicely from there. So with the announcement of them buying MGM growth properties, I think it will boost up their stock price. And they also raised the dividend as well. Let's look at the dividend growth here. So in 2018, if you look at the past 10 years, let's just take a look at the past 10 years. They've been basically raising their dividends nice and slowly. It stayed put for a period of time here, but they've been raising the dividend nice and slowly. So we will see what would happen over the next couple of years, because they just raised a dividend, and they will be paying out more to investors now. So this is going to be a great thing overall. You know, if you look here, this is the dividend growth. In 2017, they were paying $1. 2019 $1.17, and 2020 is $1.26. They haven't really Seeking Alpha haven't updated 21, so we'll see. But they did raise the dividend for 21 as well. So as you guys see right here, they declared a 33 cents dividend. So they raised that dividend to about 33 cents. So this is all looking great for the company as a whole in general. So let's take a look at the chart here really quickly. You see the stock has been going down pretty much for Friday. Let's see if past 5 days here they've dropped from 31. It's dropped pretty significantly, and we are down currently in the past month. Let's look at 3 months. We're down. 6 months we're up. 3 months we're down 2%. For the past couple of years they've done really well. The stock has done quite nicely from $15 here. They doubled. So I'll be just dollar cost averaging into this. I'll keep an eye on it, and I'll be buying it as we go along. The other thing that I just also did to the portfolio recently, under my consumer section here, what I did was I noticed I didn't have a Vanguard index fund. That is pretty much what I like to do, that with all this sections here, all the sections that I have under my passive income. I like to, in addition to picking my own individual stocks, I like to, let me just pick a random one here, finance. I like to have at least one Vanguard fund that cover all the aspects of finance that I didn't touch on. But I have my own picks here. Then I also would have a little bit of a professional pick as well. So that keeps that section of the portfolio very balanced over a long period of time. So I noticed I didn't have that with the consumer sector here. So I decided to add that as well. So the one that I pick is Vanguard Consumer ETF, Consumer Staple ETF. So let's take a look at their performance recently. So let's take a look from 5 years. So from 5 years, they are doing well. Look at this. Wow, look at this during the coronavirus time. They dropped to $132, and now it's at $184. Amazing. So 2 years, this is what we're looking like. 1 year, we are doing it's doing quite well. It's down pretty much last week, but all across the board it's been going well. And the reason why I point this out is that we have this right here. Okay, this is becoming a serious problem because this is the US, and the cases of the illness 19 is pretty much going up. Okay, and it's not this is starting to become something pretty serious at this point. It's starting to become something serious. So I'm gonna keep an eye on the portfolio in general. Next week, I think the week that you're watching this video would be rough for the market. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna keep an eye on how the illness 19 is being managed, how it's going, and everything like that. And if we see a huge downturn in the market, I'm basically going to turn to something like this. The Vanguard consumer staples would be something that I would turn to. If like, for example, most of all these companies that are in here, like, they're not really affected by the illness 19. Okay, they're not affected by it, and primarily I probably wouldn't really buy much of the individual ones. Maybe if I'm going to buy anything, I'm probably going to buy Costco, Home Depot, Target, those kind of companies where they have pricing power. They're able to raise the prices of their things, and they have a huge say when it comes to the things that consumers buy on a daily basis. So I'll be buying pretty much. So popping right here into ETFs.com, you can say, what is the big deal about the Vanguard? Let me show you some of the companies that are in these Vanguard funds. Look at here. Here is some of the companies that are in these funds. Okay, here are some of the companies that are in here. You have Procter and Gamble, Coca-Cola, Walmart, Pepsi, and the list goes on. These are stable companies, companies that have pricing powers. Companies, look at Clorox, companies that's, no matter what happened with the economy, they are going to do just fine. So these are the things that I try to do when it comes to like hedging and protecting my gains, and at the same time trying to get into new investments. These are some of the things that I basically do to try to make sure my portfolio is relatively solid moving on. So like I said, for the most part, I'm going to keep an eye on what's going on with the illness 19 cases in the US. I'm going to keep an eye on that because the numbers is not looking right at the moment. Okay, so this can cause the market to be scared. People will start selling out again. So I'll keep an eye on what's going on with that. Like I said, I'll try to capture that using this Vanguard Consumer Staple ETF, and also make sure that I use that opportunity as well to grab some Vici. And I believe by doing that over time, I think the portfolio will end up doing just fine. So that is pretty much a relatively short update today. Nothing much really going on. Like I said, the goal of this portfolio is to try to earn dividend income and also invest in growth companies. And I'll keep on updating you guys, a couple of times a month, keeping you up to date with how this portfolio has been doing. If you want, you can go back and go look at all the backlogs of this portfolio here. I started this when it was $500. So I'm happy, and I'm happy and I'm glad that I've been able to document this journey up to this point. So you can check out some of the videos, some of my previous videos, and see what I've been doing. So anyways, thank you very much for checking out today's video. Appreciate you. Until next time, see you later. Love you all. Bye.